Hey, it's Peter Van Ness here, back with Brad Byrd. Brad, you've got a number of recordings available, don't you?
Basically, my new record, Mental Photograph, is a collection of songs that I've been working on for about 6 years. But in between that time, I was actually able to record a 4-song EP called Release Me that quite a few people have. I've sold it exclusively at shows, and it was sort of featured on MySpace. I also recorded this 10-song, it's like a live in-studio bootleg, minimal overdubs, but pretty much, recording a band playing together in the studio of 10 brand new songs that most people have never even heard, except for like some close friends and family and stuff. There are some other recordings of my stuff out there, but they weren't fully mixed and mastered to the point where it really was up to snuff with my first album, The Ever-Changing Picture. So a lot of people ask me, like, what have you been doing for the past 6 years? And it's like, it's just, when something's done, it's done, and there's a process to it. And I really needed to I think come out with my sophomore full-length album with something that was a little bit more fully realized and produced at a certain quality level. So I've been writing songs pretty steadily since I was 21 years old. So I've amassed this collection, and it's like a part-time job just keeping track of the songs. It's crazy.
Right. Well, that's why you have that whiteboard that we showed everybody yesterday. Yeah.
I need multiple boards. But
you have enough stuff for another album already?
Oh yeah. That's never the issue. It's like, well, for me at least, the songs. A lot of songs are finished. A lot of songs have been finished for a long time. It's just, really. Not to sound like a whiner, but it's just like it's having the money to go in the studio and produce them all,
right? And
do that in a certain timely fashion. And there's a lot of songs that I'm like on the verge of just forgetting about that I wish I recorded 10 years ago. But they, everything. I believe every song has its time. And some songs, you hold a little bit, you hold them back. It's just not time for them to go into the oven, so to speak. So.
Wow.
So I sort of honor this weird, strange process. It's a mysterious process, but to me, it really is my life. Is just keeping my songs together, organized. I'm always sort of charting out which one's going to be the next record, which one's going to be an EP, maybe. I'm actually thinking of a collection of songs of mine that sort of seem like older type songs to me. So I think I want to release them in 10 years or something. But you never really know what's going to come up next for the next record, but I certainly have enough material to keep myself busy recording songs for quite a while. So I'm just hoping that I can get in, kind of knock out a record fairly quickly. It can't be another 6 years before I release another album,
No, we would like to hear more of you before 6 years goes by. Definitely. Yeah.
So now you're producing your own albums now. You're not on a label.
No, I started my own label called Elusive Tiger, and I'm distributing stuff through TuneCore, which a lot of people are doing now.
Yeah.
I'm very involved in the production process, but I enjoy working with other people and getting that subjective ideas and direction. It's hard when you're the artist to have a very sort of linear view of your material. So I'm always looking for other producers who are going to bring these songs to even higher level, Even if I knew how to, even if I was a Pro Tools wizard or something, and I could, really kind of do it all myself, I'd still want to work with somebody else, because there's something about that interaction. It just brings, you can't just know everything, I personally feel like, but it's certainly doable to record your own stuff yourself and do that whole thing, but to me it's not something I'm interested in doing. But as far as like my direction in producing stuff, and I actually over the last few years have produced a handful of artists locally, and so some really talented singer-songwriters, and so it's been a blast. I love being in the studio and making musical decisions. The songs, as they say, the recordings will outlive me, outlive us, and. It's like what you're doing is sort of timeless in that sense. In 10 years from now, someone will be like, "Hey man, I just heard that song Hourglass for the first time ever."
Exactly. Right.
That's what the internet is now showing everybody. There's really no boundaries for it. As far as like controlling it, it just seems to be just exposing your music to people, getting your music heard, and then having them come out to the live show, and looks like that's where you're gonna make your money,
Yeah.